Good morning, collective. Just woke up. Feeling a little fuzzy from last night, but pretty good. Made a couple short videos last night. Nothing really to share. But as I was just brushing my teeth, a couple things came to mind. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but Sophie, my newest kitten, the weirdest thing happens. When I first got her, she was covered in fleas, and she was like the sickest one, which is weird because she's like the wildest beast now. And maybe that's like me coming out of my shell, a late bloomer, too, where don't pick the rental litter because that one's gonna grow up and fucking own the house, kind of thing. I don't know. That's gonna be the wild one. You pick the big dog. You think that one's gonna be the tough one. No, that's the kitten. But so I got her and she was covered in fleas, and shit, I didn't have any money at the time, and I always get these certain collars. It's a Seresto collar. Don't waste your money on the cheap shit. If you're gonna get a collar, get a Seresto collar. They might cost $50, $60, but your cat or dog, in my experience, could be a farm dog and could be out fucking rolling in hay and in the barn and with the cats that have the fleas at the farm and everything, and come inside and every single flea that climbs, well, for one, it sheds out onto their skin or onto their fur, the oils that repel it first of all, but every single one that bites them dies. Like, and it's actually meth for fleas. As soon as they get it on their system, then they just and then they fucking blow up, pretty much. So, but every single time I go in the bathroom, the most traumatic time I ever spent with Sophie in the beginning was giving her a bath like every day. And she's like, no. Even still, like, she doesn't like it when I pick her up because I guess that she thinks I'm going to give her a bath. But at the same time, she, every time I go in the bathroom, she's in the bathtub. Every time I take a shower, she's watching me take a shower. She's like obsessed with the tub. Looks like I need to even this out. It's off center. Maybe I'll just shave it off later today. It's bugging me. I don't like things that are out of order. It pisses me off. A couple things that happened last night. Shit, we still don't know who killed Sophia in particular, and who took that $100 from my mom. But I find that I have haters no matter where I go. So, that's how it is. It's cold as shit in here. Just kind of the way I like it, I guess, when I'm sleeping. But no, I didn't get laid. There wasn't anybody I knew there. All the ladies I know are on here, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much every single lady I really know is on here. They either sing or they read cards. And those are the ladies I love. I mean, there's probably a lot of Swifties out there, but I don't know them by name. So, yeah, just a couple things that happened, I guess. I'd overeaten throughout the day or whatever, and after I had like 2 drinks, and then I had a strong one. You probably had this happen before, and all of a sudden you feel like you got to puke, but it's just gas coming up. So I run around back and just get rid of the excess, and then I feel better, and continue having a couple drinks because I haven't drank in a while. And then I have this like song. Like, it always happens on the spot. If I ever have a good song, like, I'd have to have a tape recorder going around with me all day to catch a song, because if I break my thought to get it recorded, then I lose it. And so every good lyric I've ever came up with really doesn't have a place. Like, it just evaporates into the air. Well, So I was thinking about a certain song for a certain lady out there, and as I'm saying it, I'm like looking over, and over the tree line, there's like the largest this cross, right? It's probably the largest cross in town. And as soon as I'm saying this poem, this song, whatever, as soon as I finish, boom, the lights go out on that cross. I don't know if it was midnight, 1 o'clock, whatever, but that cross just it went black. And then the other thing that happened, that always happens wherever I go, you know, the youngest, if there's a baby or an animal, man, right away they just run right over and be like, I love you, I love you, I love you, you know, or just looking at them, like, my shit, my sister's, son-in-law, you know, stepson, daughter, her name's Amaya. And every time she sees me, she just breaks out smiling and everything. So I had a good time with her yesterday. But then I was at the party last night, and they have, I think it's a border collie. I don't know. But, you know, I'm just standing back, just like in my thoughts, having like my fourth or fifth drink before I walk home. And as soon as that dog sees me, and the dog, we were at a bonfire, and as soon as that dog saw me, she just runs right over to me like, I missed you, and then sits down right in between my legs, and we just sit there and watch the party together. And she lives there, so when everybody goes home, when the owners go to sleep, when everybody's gone, that dog's there. And that dog saw me and is like, yo, what's up, dude? We've always been here together. Man, I'm glad you showed up. And I'm like, yeah, you too. She was a sweet dog. So, and then I was like, so should we read from the Kabbalah today? I was like, you know, if sticktomancy works, shit, we should stir it up a little bit. Obviously, I don't really have anything to do with porn, except for when I'm way too fucked up. But, man, what I need is a goddamn hustler or something here, so I can be like, all right, let's see, what's the porno story for today? I saw the King of Kings. I saw the King of Kings, the Holy One, blessed be he. Blessed be he, sitting on a throne, high and exalted, with his soldiers standing before him. On his right and on his left, the Prince of the Countenance, Metatron, spoke to me. What is the measure of the stature of the Holy One? Blessed be he, concealed from all creatures. Man, I didn't expect that in a hustler. Damn. The soles of his feet fill the entire universe. Their height is 30 million parasangs. Sounds like Jibril, which is Gabriel from Islam. Which, of angels on earth, that's Eminem. Eminem's Gabriel. If I were to pick what angel each person is, I would say that Eminem is Jibril. But maybe he'd say it's me. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how you look at it, right? From the sole of his foot to his ankle is 10 million parasangs. From his ankle to his knees is 190 million parasangs. From his thighs to his neck is 240 million parasangs. His neck extends 130 million parasangs. The circumference of his head is over 3 billion parasangs. Man, that motherfucker's got a big head. Something the mouth cannot express, nor the ear hear. His beard is 11,500 parasangs. His face and his cheeks are like spirit and soul, which no soul can perceive. His body is like aquamarine. His soul, his radiant scintillates awesome from within the darkness. Dense clouds surround him. All the angels of the presence pour themselves out before him as water pours from a pitcher. But then Metatron told me how to calculate the parasangs. What is their measure? Each parasang is 3 miles. Each mile is 10,000 cubits. Each cubit is 2 spans, measured according to God's plan, which spans the entire universe. So we just cut to the chase. We don't need to hear about the other 40 descriptions of parasangs. And then, yeah, it ends with saying, yeah, it's simple. We did the math. Okay. But then, so I grabbed a different book to pull from. And lo and behold, I grabbed my book of the 5 rings. It's a cloth bound. It's a pretty nice book by Miyamoto Musashi. And I open it up, and what falls out? A goddamn platinum credit card. Hey, you look. The second set of numbers is 4511. Of course, got me in it. So the page I opened up to is in a section called Go Rin No Show. Go Rin No Show. Oh man, I got all kinds of notes in here and shit. Something about a fire scroll from scratch. Wow. Oh, because this chapter is about fire. We also talk about the looking down on your opponent. You should try to take a position that is slightly higher than the surroundings. Indoors, think of the place of honor as being the high ground. Then once the battle begins, when you are chasing your adversaries around, do so with a feeling of chasing them to your left. It is essential to put difficult surroundings behind your opponents. In any situation, try to drive them into adverse terrain. In awkward spots, we also say, don't let your opponent see the place. This means not letting your adversary look around and press him without giving him a moment's relief. Indoors as well, when driving your opponent towards thresholds, lintels, sliding doors, verandas, or pillars, not letting him see the place is the same. Anytime you pursue your opponent, do so towards bad footing or places where there are obstructions to the sides. In any case, utilize the special virtues of the place and be certain to take victorious location, or something like that. I don't really want to read about battle this morning. I'm in a good mood. And so the third book I wanted to read a passage from. Maybe I'll read the whole page. Looks like it's called. I have lots of books, and well, at least they get used now for a little bit. It's called Thick Face, Black Heart. It's the warrior philosophy for conquering the challenges of business and life by Chinning Chu. Chinning Chu. And the page I opened up to is page 111. And it's a title page titled, If You Have Chicken Manure, Sell Fertilizer. If you have chicken manure, you would do well to sell fertilizer. Even chicken manure has its values. As the Tibetans say, if you're lying on the ground, you must use the ground to raise yourself. If you're negative, use the negativities to succeed. Damn skippity straight. Chris is a brilliant man. The main problem with his career development, however, is that he's too smart for his own good. Shit, is he talking about me? Shut up, I'm not smart. Everyone says I'm smart. They're like, They're like, you think too much. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You must be thinking about me thinking, and you're not listening to a word I'm fucking saying. And so you're the one doing all the fucking thinking, telling me I'm thinking too much. Just shut the fuck up and listen, or just close your eyes and ears and turn around and walk away. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten that throughout my whole life. As soon as I start talking, you think too much. The fuck are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here. If you don't want to listen to it, I don't want to listen to your fucking voice over my voice. And if you had something to say, you might want to stop and wait until I'm done talking. God damn it. Because he's a quick learner with an inquiring mind, he has learned just about everything he ever wanted to know during the 40 years of life. During his college years, he was 80 credits over the graduation requirements. Oh yeah, see, if we come down to a list, this would be the opposite of my list, because everything I ever succeeded at, I did so under the bar and around the way. So I don't have all these fucking merits and shit. All mine look like, oh, see, he went in and oh, he didn't finish it. Yeah, but then he did fucking 30 years worth of work in that field on the side. Something that nobody did. Oh. And he fucking picked up the last man standing and he came forward and held it out in front of our temple. And we were like, oh, well, shit, that if we go out there and we let him in, then it makes us all look like bitches. So I guess we got to pretend like we don't see him. Oh. So I guess he is? Yeah. Okay. During his college years, he was 80 credits over the graduation requirements, yet he received no degree. He was interested in the pursuits of knowledge, but not in obtaining a diploma. Later, he found this hurt him in his search for employment. Chris has tremendous ability to master knowledge, yet his biggest curse this is his biggest, I can't read now. This is his biggest curse as well as his biggest blessing. He knows a little of everything. In short, to the general public, Chris appears to be the jack of all trades, a master of none. Yeah, but see that phrase right there is a stupid phrase. Because if you're that's a division of a better saying that if you're good at one thing, then you're going to be good at everything. And that's you. You got to be good at you. If you're not good at you, it doesn't matter how fucking good you're at anything else. Then you suck at that. And that's the only thing you can do, but you can't even do yourself? What the hell? If you're good at one thing, you're good at everything. You just have to be present and know yourself. That's it. Confidence sits in that. And it doesn't have anything to show for it, except for the smiling face in the morning, the grit in his teeth when he needs to get shit done. Chris has tremendous ability to master knowledge, yet this is his biggest curse as well as his biggest blessing. He knows a little of everything. In short, to the general public, Chris appears to be the jack of all trades and the master of none. Chris once told me he was tired of getting nowhere in his career. He knew so much, yet he could not pull all he knew and had done on his resume. If he did, it'd make him look ridiculous. I got a resume that looks like that. What he did choose to put on his resume was not very impressive compared to the experience of other people who had led more focused lives. Yeah, but their focused life just shows, oh, look, it's like a train car. Okay, so you got the engine, and then you got maybe the second engine, and then you got the passenger car, and it just looks like, oh, it's just so clean. It just goes so straight, and it stays on the tracks, and it's exactly like you'd expect. It's got all the pieces in all the right places. And in a way, that looks like the fucking fakest thing on planet Earth. Nothing drives like that. Nothing looks like that. You ever seen somebody don't have a fucking scar on their face? Where the fuck has their face been their entire life? I mean, if like attracts like, and people hate things that look good, you gotta have at least one fucking mark. If somebody else didn't hit you in the face, then you slipped in the bathtub or something. You fucking like you got a scar somewhere. You have to have a mark on your face. Nothing looks that good, okay? And the things that are all fucked up most of the time have the best character and things about them. And so why go for a fucking 2-bit square uh all around, oh look, yeah, I know what they're gonna say next. People. I mean that's dead in the water. That's boring. And the last paragraph on this page, we'll just finish here. Chris began to hate his life and his ability to quickly pick up knowledge, but I encouraged him to utilize his natural ability as a quick and deep learner to advance himself. The only minor adjustment he needed to add was a little practicality and focus in his life. Chris enrolled in a university MBA program. Oh, see, going the wrong direction again. Probably. Because the first thing is he's going to another master to find out about himself. See, that's what he's been doing his whole life. He's not been following himself, and he's not been leading himself, and he's been going to others and letting others lead him, but they're not leading themselves, and they're not leading him either. They're just stealing off the middle, and so is he. And so this highlights what a lot of people find in their life is that they're either followers or leaders, but they're not following and they're not leading. Either you're on the spot and you're driving the fucking line, you're the cutting edge. If anything goes wrong, you're gonna die. Ain't nobody fucking gonna catch your ass. Or you're leading up the back. You're like, okay, all the men, all the women, all the children, all the puppy dogs, everybody goes first. Oh, everybody goes first. Oh, here comes a little mouse. Okay, you go first. It's one or the other. What's in the middle? Those taking a nap at the moment, you know? So he got his MBA program, which accepted him and gave him his credit for his work experiences. Wow. Gave him credit for what he already did. Who the fuck needs somebody to give you credit for the shit you already did? Isn't that why you're here? You're giving yourself credit? You had the credit? You're bleeding the money? You got it? Or who needs to fucking come by and go, oh yeah, okay, you got an A on this one. What the fuck do you know? You probably just gave me an A because you don't want to talk to me after class because then you look stupid. No, I'm just saying. We can't always look at things by their appearance. Chris finished the program effortlessly. Of course he did. In his spare time while keeping his job. See, all that's busted. While keeping his job, okay, so then there's wasted time. In his spare time, okay, so then he threw away his spare time and he did it effortlessly. And so it was so easy, he's wasting all his fucking time doing the easy shit, going around needing the guy that wrote this book to fucking put him in the book just to make a highlight out of his life. You feel me? There's always an opposite side to everything you read and know. And that's a skill that I've gained some kind of a speciality in, I guess. But that's what I have for you this morning. Let's see, we got the Art of War. I'll leave you with a short poem. With The Sword of No Sword by John Stevens. The life of warrior master Teshu. In one way, it's like the last and the greatest samurai of Japan. Amazing man. He's got an amazing story. Crazy story too. Almost as crazy as the guy that got his head cut off in a samurai fight, supposedly, but he lived long enough to like stitched it together, and then supposedly just on ginseng, they kept him alive. On ginseng is like saying, oh, we gave him speed and that's keeping him up until his neck grows back together. Who knows how true that story is? That's fucking crazy. These pale chrysanthemums are in the fields for all to take note of, but no one comes to appreciate them, and their marvelous fragrance fades.